The Browns also had 3 more drops against the Lions. Harold Fannin, Jerry Jeudy, back-to-back drops in the fourth quarter that preceded the punt return for a touchdown. So that one made it 27-10. In 4 games, Browns have 8 drops. That's second most in the NFL to go along with all of the turnovers they've had. Jeff, the other thing is Kevin Stefanski confirmed that Cedric Tillman and return man DeAndre Carter will miss weeks of time. So where do you go to replace them, and what do you do to try to get the passing game on track?
Well, certainly, I think Isaiah Bond is growing. And I think the one thing that, people aren't giving the benefit of the doubt with Isaiah Bond is he's only been here a little bit more than a month. So, he didn't have any spring, had barely any summer. And, right now his snap percentage is in line with, being the second overall at the wide receiver position. Everybody screamed all spring and all summer that we wanted to see some more of Jamari Thrash. Yes, we're going to get that opportunity. But, again, if the offensive line doesn't block very well, if the quarterback is holding on to the ball too long, it's really hard to see whether or not wide receivers are developing if the ball does not leave the quarterback's hands. It's certainly, you have some of the guys that we liked over the summer, Gage Lavardane, Caden Davis, Floria's back on the practice squad as well. For right now, it appears that these guys are going to get some opportunities. Who essentially is going to be the one that's going to come up? There's probably going to be 2 because the Browns are really only carrying 5 wide receivers at this point. So 2 are necessarily going to come up from the practice squad, at least for now, unless they find somebody, free agents from somewhere. So it's all stuff you want to see, and it's going to have to happen. The Carter thing, I'm not really losing any sleep on. I just didn't see there was enough coming from Carter that he was warranting a roster spot on a team that is rebuilding on the fly. Let's get a look at some of these kids. And, one of the things we did enjoy about Lavardane over the summer was he contributed in all phases as a receiver, as a runner, as a return man. So this, for Carter, it's not the worst. The Tillman thing, look, this is 4 straight years now for some sort of, I don't want to say season ending, but certainly a little bit of a significant injury. So for Cedric Tillman, this is kind of becoming, the rep for him. What his rep is a guy who seems to gets injured pretty much every year.